Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a lap guide for the new laptop challenge taking place at Sardegna C Reverse with a Dino 246. And this is an online time trial, so make sure you have menu book number 9 completed to access sport mode where this is at. And this is a 2-week event ending at the end of March 27, 2024. And we're using a stock Dino 246 on the Comfort Soft tires. Your goal is to get within the 3% time range of the world record time when the event ends, as that is when your lap time gets counted. Here are my in-game tags in case you want to see my replay. I'll also leave it in the description down below. But now let's go ahead and get started. So quick notes about this car: never go to first gear and never use fifth gear. So you're only using the second, third, and fourth gears, and you rev the heck out of this car. For turn number 1, bring yourself towards the left and you're gonna rev the heck out of fourth gear. Do not use fifth gear. Your first braking point is just before you reach the 200 meter board, so use all of your braking power and quickly make your way down to second gear. You're gonna start to turn in just as the Michelin sign on the left ends, so this is before the 100 meter board. You might need to do a little counter steering if the car starts to step out on you. And as you approach the apex, slowly ease off of the brakes as you're turning in. So doing a bit of trail braking, and you can even let the car coast for a moment so the car can turn in a bit more. Now you do want to be careful when you get on the throttle, because for the first and final corners, when you're getting on the throttle, this car gets understeered. So basically what I'm trying to say is, once you get on the throttle, you're going to commit. You don't want to hesitate too much because that will cost you a bit of time. But anyways, you're turning in when the barrier on the right starts and you're going to go flat out through here. If you want to play it really safe, you can try to do a little lifting off of a throttle. And as you pass the Marshall stand on the left, that's where you start to turn right. And again, try to take it flat out. And be careful about dipping the right wheels onto the grass, because that will make the car extremely unsettled and you're gonna hit the wall. So you want to try to avoid dipping the wheels onto the grass. Bring yourself towards the left and you're gonna brake right after you pass this white area that is on the left. So this is before the curb on the left starts. So right here, I start to brake, go down to third gear, and you're going to turn in when the curb on the left ends. So this curb right here, start to turn in and the car will get slidey. So get ready to do a bit of counter steering and just slowly ease off of the brakes. Carefully get back on the throttle. Just trying to keep the car under control and be careful about dipping onto the gravel or the grass. I got really lucky right there. Now go up to fourth gear. And before the curb on the right ends, this is where you're going to start to turn in a bit to the left, but you want to use braking and throttle at the same time to try to keep this car well balanced, as this part really unsettles the car. So again, just a little bit of throttle and braking control. Keep the car nice and settled, and just as the curb on the left ends, start to use all of your braking power. Go down to second gear, turn in. Nice and careful getting back on the throttle so you don't understeer too much onto the blue area. Bring yourself towards the right and go ahead and finish your lap. In a moment, we'll go through all this again, but this time I will not stop the video. Alright, so here we are getting ready to start the new lap. Rev the heck out of this car, and you're going to stay on fourth gear for turn number 1. Gonna brake just before the 200 meter board. Go down to second gear. Get ready to catch the car in case it starts to step out a bit. And just slowly ease off of the brakes as you're turning in. So doing a bit of trail braking. Nice and careful getting back on the throttle, as this car does get a bit understeery on the first and final corners. The S's, you can take it flat out. You can do a little courtesy lift off of the throttle to make sure that you will make it through this turn. Brake before the curb on the left starts. And the car does get a bit slidey over here, so you will need to do a bit of counter steering and just be really careful with your throttle input. Go up to fourth gear, use braking and throttle at the same time to try to keep the car under control. as this car loves to step out over here, go down to second gear, nice and careful getting back on the throttle so you don't understeer onto the blue stuff, and bring yourself towards the right and finish your lap. So with this, I was able to get a 104.5. So we'll see how this lap time compares as the weeks go on. And I do want to apologize for uploading this late, because the 104.6 lap time that I had earlier, that was originally going to be the video. I had the stuff recorded, but the video somehow got corrupt. So yeah, that footage got lost, corrupt, yeah. So I had to do the manufacturer's lap guide and then come back to this. But there we go. So this is Mr. MCA, and I'll see you in the next video.